Hello, I'm Tommy, the Keyblade Master, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a vlog, just comment on a few things I've seen this week, because we've had a few things that have actually caught my eye this week. First thing I'll go into is Nintendo announced a new 3DS, and I'm actually kind of not sure, to a little ticked off on this one. Now, last year when they released the 2DS, or announced the 2DS, I know YouTube went aflutter with a whole bunch of hardcore channels calling down Nintendo on how bad the idea was. My thought was, if you owned a 3DS XL, Nintendo didn't want you to buy that. This was either meant for parents with kids or budget gamers. So the 2DS didn't offend me. It's the same thing as the 12 gigabit PS3 or the 4 gigabit Xbox 360. This new 3DS LL sounds like it's the DSi, and I'm not quite sure about it yet. It's got better processing power, which is good. I guess it will expand the amount the 3D is displayed on the screen if you have trouble holding it. I don't have problems seeing my XL 3D. It's just fine with me. The original 3DS did have a little bit of a problem finding the sweet spot, but I don't have a problem with the XL. If you do, that might help too. But it comes with a second analog nub, and that kind of ticks me off. And it hasn't been announced for America yet, but the fact that they announced that Super Smash Bros. Will have a different mode for the LL tells me it's coming. But what ticks me off about this is right here. This right here is a picture of my 3DS system inside the special shell with the second analog. This is called the 3DS Circle Pad Pro, and it's a GameStop exclusive because Nintendo didn't know what it was going to do with it. So, it's kind of limited. It only has a few games that it works with. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, Resident Evil Revelations, and I do believe there's a Monster Hunter game, and as far as I know, that is it for the Circle Pad. Nintendo itself has not made any games for this. They also have an XL version of this, which they sold exclusively on their online shop, and although I found plenty of them on eBay, I have to ship them from Japan now for it, because Nintendo does not give support for this accessory. Now all of a sudden they come out with a new model they want me to buy with the nub. And to get this, and although it's not announced for America yet, neither the system nor the game been announced for America, but it's available on Super Smash Bros., so that tells me it's coming. The game they're pushing this with is Xenoblade, a game that a lot of American RPG nerds like me had to complain to Nintendo about to get them to release a few copies in America to GameStop. One that you didn't buy right away meant you had to hawk pretty much your whole life savings on an eBay for a copy. Okay, maybe not that much, but you'd pay at least twice as much used as you would at retail type thing going on. And now Nintendo's like, well, we're just going to release it for the 3DS, this new 3DS system. Don't forget all the complaining you had to do to get it released in the first place. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I should be happy in some ways, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to see what other games come. If it's only going to be one or two games, of course I'm not going to upgrade. I'm happy with my 3DS XL as it is right now. If they have some great games and it looks like it's going to be, for the most part, a new system, I will upgrade. But like I said, I spent the money on the Circle Pad Pro and have only used it for Resident Evils and Kingdom Hearts. None of the rest of my 3DS library uses it. So I'm not going to spend 200 plus bucks on a system that might have only 2 or 3 games, especially since Nintendo could probably have made those games for the 3DS XL Circle Pad Pro. I don't know, like I said, that extra processing power might also deliver better graphics. I'm on a sit and wait position right now. I'm not too happy with it, but Nintendo's got several months to turn me around on that. Next thing to talk about is that there's going to be a new Ninja Turtles game. I saw that this week. Now, in the past decade, I would have to say most of the Ninja Turtles games have been disappointments, with the exception of the unheard of GBA version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2007 movie for the Game Boy Advance made by Ubisoft, which kind of plays like Scott Pilgram versus the World, which rips off River City Ransom for the NES. all the Ninja Turtles games I've played have been kind of disappointments. So when I first heard that, I was like, oh boy, another crappy Ninja Turtles downloadable game. And then I saw who was making it. Wayforward. If it's anyone who knows how to make a classic old school game new, it's these guys. They have Shante, which is a good series. They've done Contra 4, which, although it had some problems with the split screen on the DS, was a pretty good game. They also have done the Adventure Time games. I haven't played that yet, but it's on my shelf and I want to play that. And of course, DuckTales Remastered and Double Dragon Neon. So I am actually looking forward to this game, seeing how Wayforward puts its twist on the Ninja Turtles. So hopefully it'll be good. It's going to be based on the Nickelodeon show, which is something I do love. I think Nickelodeon got that show right. The show kind of has more of the upbeat, funny 1980s vibe doing it, but it's more down to earth and has a serialized story, kind of like the 4Kids version, but it never goes quite as dark. So, it's actually a pretty good show. If you haven't watched it, you should tune in. So yeah, I'm interested in that game. What else? Oh yeah, Nintendo is also releasing the Amiibos. I'm not exactly too excited about these. I've just never gotten into the Spyro or the Disney Infinity series. I really don't see collecting little figures to play my games. I never really got into that. I guess it's okay for kids or hardcore Nintendo collectors. I myself am not interested. If you have an opinion, please post them below in the comments. I'd like to hear it. Now on to the downloads. Nintendo right now is having a great sales to prepare for Super Smash Bros. They're going to have a sale each week. This week they have some great discounts on Super Mario Bros., Punch Out, and a few other games. Check them out. They'll have 3D. They have both 3DS and Wii U sales, including sales on things like Super Mario Bros. 2 and 3. They also have Super Mario 3D World at a discount and $20 discount for the downloadable version. So check it out. I might be downloading Super Mario 3D World. It's something I've been curious about. So check it out. On the PSN, we are finally getting another Mega Man game. Capcom has dumped a whole bunch of Mega Man on the Wii U and 3DS the last couple of months. Now they're giving PlayStation some love. Mega Man X4, I think, was released this week, and it's one of my favorite Mega Man games. It's got a pretty decent story for a Mega Man game. It's got great action, great stage design. First one that lets you play as Zero, and there is a difference. The only thing you have to overlook is the terrible dub. And I mean, this is a dub that's so bad it's hilarious. So, just be on the lookout for that. But it's nice to see, even though Capcom isn't making any new Mega Man games, they are at least starting to release all the old ones for the new generation. Hopefully they will eventually get their heads out of their backsides and release some new Mega Man games. They have 3 or 4 that were pretty much done and just waiting to be shipped that they didn't release. I mean, Mega Man Universe, and I think they had some sort of Mega Man Legends Proto type thing that was pretty much ready to go, and Capcom never bothered to release it. So, anyways, check out Mega Man X4 on the PSN and check out some of the great sales on the Wii U. Capcom also released Street Fighter 2010 on the 3DS. I have never played that game. I've seen the Angry Video Game Nerd review, and I haven't heard many great things about it, so I'm not picking it up. But, it's just another Capcom game I'm talking about. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.